Welcome to a special episode of High Proof Ashes. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason JB Smoke. And over to my right, of course.
Y'all know what it is, man. No cool nickname. Durant back in the building. A different building, though.
Yeah, man. We got a special place for some special people to join us for our 100th episode of High Proof Ashes.
Sure.
So we're super proud that we've been able to go this far and that you've come along with us in this journey. And so we've got some friends in the building with us. And we're going to go through some introductions.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Jill, why don't you start with it?
Hi, Jill Pierce, Athens, Tennessee, Black Bourbon.
Mike?
Mike Osmond from Ottawa, and these are my people right here.
That's what's up. That's
I
what's
heard
up.
that.
I will jump over to.
Yeah, Ray Clausen, live here in Cleveland, Tennessee, and I am a rye guy.
There you go. What you got?
Eric Wyndham, I live here in Cleveland, and these two guys are my cigar Sherpas.
And last but not least.
Rupin Shah from Red Liquor from Cleveland, Tennessee. I love bourbon.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. So I think everybody here is being pretty modest tonight.
They are, man.
These people were specifically invited because they don't just love bourbon; they like breathe bourbon the same way we do. Right?
Absolutely.
So some of the best knowledge I've ever gotten about bourbon is in this room. So we're gonna have some fun tonight.
We are. One little thing, though, that's different that you may or may not notice, we don't have any cigars.
Yeah.
So this is a bourbon spirits, only episode. So we won't
Is
be,
that the first?
I think it's not. We've done the store.
Okay, we've done the store tours, but
Yeah. But that's it. Other than that, we've never not done a cigar.
okay.
So but hey, we're gonna jump right into it. I think everybody's got a pour, but we're gonna jump into some topics, and kind of call on y'all at random.
Yeah.
So
We'll have some fun stuff.
yeah.
Let's go. What you got? What's the first topic?
So first we've got the top 3 bottles you've ever had, right? So let's go to Eric.
Top 3 is probably 2022 George T. Stagg.
Okay.
The Heaven Hill, oh my gosh, what's the Parker's Heritage 10-year heavy char? I think that was 2017 or 18.
Okay.
And then, what's the one you had from New York?
Lost Lantern.
Lost Lantern.
That's
Oh,
my favorite
yeah.
too.
Ruben usually
Lost
recently
Lantern,
had it.
so
Just
good.
we drank it all in
The
the course of
lonesome
a day and
bottle.
a half. Yeah,
The lonesome bottle that you'll
Yeah.
never see again.
that was crazy.
You
Still
did.
in Mississippi.
Yeah, he had it at the lottery.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Yeah. 140 plus proof hazmat.
Yeah.
Lost Lantern.
It was so
You
good.
tried it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember it now.
It was
I
really
remember. We had a lot of pours that day, though. So
good. Yeah, very true. We had some
Kind of
really,
interesting.
really great stuff that day.
Um,
Mike, how about you? Here, jump over here.
Oh gosh, I'm a sucker for anything Stag. So the 2023 bottle, Stag Junior actually. God, that cigar rye, that cigar rye, and Rupin had.
Oh,
Nice
lost my
cigar.
name. Hang on a second.
we just finished. Did you finish that?
I got little bit.
The
Oh.
flight cigar?
Oh,
or are you talking about the
confiscated-
Buzzard
the
Brew?
confiscated bottle?
The Buzzard Brew cigar rye.
That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
bottle.
Alright.
I mean,
Yeah.
can't beat it.
It's harder than you think it
It
is.
is really hard.
Yeah.
I would probably say that Pappy Tan is pretty good. You brought it up not long ago.
Okay.
That Pappy Tan is really good.
Okay.
It's in my car now.
Well, I'm gonna throw a little. Let's go to you.
Okay. So I mean, it's got to be that LaRue that I've
16.
got, right?
Mm.
Well, so I mean both, right? I mean,
Okay.
really, any LaRues are all great, but the 16 is great, the 20 is amazing. I've got the 24, it's great, and then the George T. Stagg that I have, and probably, man, I don't know, a third really hard. Like there's probably 3 or 4 that I could name that would fall in that place. I don't know, man. Like you got the cigar rye, you got the Found North Hell Diver, I mean, there's just so many. The Knob 15,
Yeah.
like there's so many that I could stick in that third spot. I
See,
don't know.
That's why I'm glad no one asked me my top 3 because I could
That's
not
really
make that
hard.
decision. I could
And
not.
Dude, it's so hard.
And yeah, that's the problem. So like for me, a top 3 depends on the day.
Yeah, Like,
I
it's so
agree.
hard,
So-
man.
It's impossible for me to think like,
You'd almost have to really be specific and be like your top 3 bourbons, your top 3 ryes,
Yeah.
you know, your top 3 whiskeys,
yeah,
you know, whatever,
Yeah.
right? You'd have to-
finished, you know,
Yeah,
you could
top
really
three.
go down the rabbit hole
Yeah,
with that for sure.
I agree, because when I first started hanging out with y'all, I was only drinking bourbon, and then now I've become more like Ray, where I'm a rye guy. I
Yeah.
really skew toward rye, so you're right, it depends on the day.
The right ride.
The
Some
right
rides
ride,
are just
yeah,
kinda-
yeah.
There's some bad rides.
There's some really bad rides out there. You know, but
Old Carter, like, there's another one, like,
the old
Yeah.
Carter ride.
Old Carter rye.
Oh,
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
kidding me?
That's so good.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. Yeah. So again,
Like, it's hard, man. So, yeah, like, that's, you asked me for 3, I gave you like 6 or 8 or something.
all right. Well, let's switch it up then. So we asked you, we asked Eric, and we asked Mike. So let's try most expensive bottle you've ever had, and was it worth it?
Hey,
So we'll go with Jill. Most expensive bottle you've ever had.
You think about value, probably, because, you know, that's the problem with bourbons is the fact that, you know, the retails, you're really not usually expensive, but if it's rare, it's harder to get, you got to pay more for it.
Right,
So I'm going to have to go for something that's rare. Most people who know me know that the bottle that
The
I
Coke
think
bottle.
is the,
Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare 17.
oh, yeah.
That's the one bottle I've had it many times, but I've never owned it, and I want to own that bottle. And every time I go to own it, it goes so much. And then I've had some experimental bottles that were from like Buffalo Trace and stuff that retail would be in the thousands
Okay.
that have been really good, but they don't really have a name because those experimental bottles. It's just somebody lands it because they know somebody that knows somebody.
Right.
But I would say that, you know, anytime that you can land those, you know, people talk about the Pappies and, you know, they go for a lot more than what their retail is. The 10 and the 15 are great. I'm a big fan of the 23. I think it's
No.
worth more than
No, it's rough.
it's actually as good as it is. But
I always screw this up when we talk about Pappies. Y'all say the pre, what's it called?
The Stitzer Weller.
That's it.
Right.
That one.
yeah,
The 23 in that was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the new
Didn't
stuff,
I try that?
yeah.
Okay.
I think the general consensus on,
Yes,
on the
that one
Van
was
Winkles and the Pappies is the Stitzelweller stuff was better.
Yeah, yeah. It tastes like what bourbon is supposed to taste like, right?
Yeah.
The new stuff, the 23 is just overly oaky and I can't do it. But I
Right.
cut you off. So would you say those prices are worth it?
well, yeah. I mean, what is it? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and price is in the eye of the beholder. How bad you want to have that bottle in your, you know, and everybody that knows me knows that I don't keep bottles. I open them.
Yeah.
It's about sharing, and I mean, I like the whole mentality of being able to open a bottle, no matter what I paid for it, with my friends, so we can share it. So I think that's where it's a little bit different. I know a lot of people like to save them, and more power to them. They can use their money for whatever. But for me, it's about getting that bottle that has that great taste and being able to open it, no matter, in most days, what I pay for it. And believe me, my accountant tells me all the time I spend too much money on bourbon. And being a female, you know, everybody thinks, well, bourbon's for men, and it's not. It's really just in the eye of the beholder of how they like that taste. Because I mean, I know the audience can't see it, but I mean, when we have a tasting like this, I mean, this is kind of rare. We've got, I just counted, we've got 23 bottles on the table.
And there's some that are not out.
Right.
Yes.
There are definitely
Absolutely.
bottles that
Which-
are not out.
Which is very rare for a group of people to come in because we all like bourbon and we brought our favorites. And there's not, I don't even think there's a duplicate on there, is there? Or maybe in a bag.
There's 2 old Carters up there,
Yeah.
They're not the same.
but I don't think there's any real duplicates. There might be a couple of that are the
Well,
same
it also
thing.
depends on the year, because, you know, you think about that.
Yeah.
The early Blantons, I've had an early Blanton's that was very expensive. That was before what we see now.
Mm.
Because when Blantons first come out, it was a $35 bottle.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know that. They think, you know, what it is. So if you had like the pre of when Blanton's got popular, those bottles were $35, but it was some of the best bourbon that you could ever have.
I don't disagree with that. At $35, I think we'd all jump on Blanton's all day on. You know, like,
Yeah.
but not at 80, right? Like,
No.
you know.
It's a different Blanton's though back then. I mean, it's a whole different.
It was older then. It's
Yeah.
a lot younger now.
All right, who else should we ask? So
I mean, let's ask down in the end there.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it's fair to ask Rupen like, all right, so
no,
you're the most expensive bottle you've ever had, and is it worth it?
Worth it, I can say William Venezuela.
Okay.
It's really good. I like it. That's worth it. If you get at MSRP, it's really worth it bottle. That's what I can say.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And MSRP, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
MSRP.
Yeah.
So, like you're 1,000 plus.
All of us would buy an MSRP bottle.
Right.
Right.
Half of these bottles, I don't even know what they cost MSRP. I don't know what Weller is MSRP. It's like $250, something like that.
$260.
Yeah.
$260?
160.
160.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how much.
Yeah, I would love
Where?
It's under $200.
Where?
It's
How
under
much
200.
it is,
It's like 150 to
$100.
175.
Yeah. So I mean, I just bought one in January. It was $200.
Yeah, $200.
Yeah, but again, you have to be pretty much the first pick in the lottery.
It was. Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Is what it is.
Well,
you
if
could
get it
have
from
got
friends,
clubbed over
too,
the head in the
retail.
parking lot.
Yes,
Bottle.
that is
Yeah.
absolutely true.
Yeah, he bought it.
Absolutely true.
So,
All right, one more. Who else? Who else we gonna ask?
Who haven't we hit up? What about you?
Oh,
you haven't.
yeah,
I haven't gone.
Most expensive bottle I've had. Most expensive retail bottle I've had. Well, actually, I don't know if it was retail. Mr. Sam's.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was
He did not
good.
pay retail.
I don't know if he paid retail. I don't think he did. But it was worth every cent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one.
Retail or not retail.
I've only
Yeah.
seen that bottle once, and it was $1,600.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was worth. So we tried. I think batch 2 at what's the pizza place in Chattanooga? With the bar downstairs.
Oh, Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
The Wise Guys Lounge.
Is that what it is? Wise Guys.
Yeah.
So we went down to Wise Guys, and a 2-ounce pour was like $72, and so we got the 2-ounce pour, and me and Corey split it down the middle.
2 straws?
Literally, it was like yeah, we were checking the Glencairns like this, like I think you got a little more than I do, right? Like so, you know, but I would say that's probably the most expensive bottle. That's I don't know. I've had a couple. So I've had Eagle Rare 17. I've had William Weller. But Mr. Sam's is probably the one that comes to my mind as like the one I think is most worth it. Like it's just done so well.
Yeah.
It's so memorable, right? But you know, yeah, that's my thoughts.
All right. I love the list.
Yeah.
I do. I love the list.
Well, what's next? What we got? What we got?
So I think our next one here was like the overrated, underrated topic, right? So Ray, we'll go to you. So what do you say is your like top overrated? Underrated? Mr. Bias over here.
Yeah. Bias. Definitely say Pursuit's underrated. All right, so
You're gonna have to explain that.
I'll take Pursuit out of it.
Give us your unbiased.
Yeah, I rep Pursuit, so we'll take that off. Let's see. So overrated, underrated. I would say weeded bourbon in general is overrated. Again, my opinion, my palate.
Cheers.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
what
I
it
know
is.
you agree with him.
Yeah, I'm not a weeded dude, man.
With the caveat that the new Bardstown that they came out with, the 106 proof tan label Bardstown weeded,
The $45 one, right?
Well, it's for $45.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Phenomenal.
It's amazing.
I like it. So guilty.
Except for the rules.
Yes, there's always an exception, and I don't know what. Maybe it's the cooperage. That makes
I
it
think,
different.
man, I think it's the proof. I think it's the age,
Yeah.
right?
Because it's
People
7
come
or
out,
7,
It's a 7-year weeded bourbon, right? And it's 106 proof. Whereas you look at some of these other ones, and they're 2 or 4 year.
Well, I put it beside Antique 107.
It's
though,
an
and I'm
antique killer.
I like this better.
Yes.
It's an
So-
antique killer.
Antique killer.
Like, especially because it's readily available.
Yeah. And then so underrated. That's a tough one. I know mine. What's that?
I said, I know my underrated bottle. It's easy.
I got a new one that's very
That is hard. I'm gonna say Wild Turkey 101 Rye.
I'm not mad at that.
There's
I'm not mad at that either.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
maybe that appreciate that,
Yeah.
but there. I mean, I was just
You're not
talking.
wrong.
You're
I was
not
just
wrong.
talking to somebody in the store today. I was doing a tasting over at Riverstone, and they came up and I did my spiel, and they're like, "Oh, I really like your rye." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. How much is it?" This is where you lose them, right? So I told them, and they're like, "Ooh, yeah. You got anything cheaper?" I was like, "Well, I'm work for the the whiskey company." And they're like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "But if you're looking for a good rye, go find the Wild Turkey 101 rye." And they looked at me like I had 3 heads.
But here's the problem. It's not
They
so
were
easy to
like-
find.
It's not easy to find. Not everybody has it.
So
You don't always have it.
There was a time about 3 years ago, it
Usually
was really
have,
hard
but
to
not
find.
always.
Yeah.
Usually I carry. If distributor have it, I always carry.
Yeah.
But once they're out, then it's hard to carry.
It's like, I mean, I ran all over
One
town
to
trying
month
to
is
find.
like a go. So, but
I literally ran all over town trying to find that bottle for the podcast. Like,
yeah.
So
So I sent my wife out to buy it one time. I don't know what store she went. She must have went to G-Town, so I don't know where she went. But I use that for a lot of my old fashions in Manhattan, the Wild Turkey 101 rye. And she comes back and she got the 1 liter. I was like, sweet, all right, awesome. And then I looked at the receipt and it was like $55. I was like, what?
yeah,
I was like, they just ripped you off.
you got.
You got that's a $20 bottle, $25 bottle because it's the 1 liter.
Right. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, but I overpaid for it too. I'm not even gonna, I overpaid for it as well. Like, because we needed it for the podcast. I could only find it at one store. Because I called Ruben, I called my guy and was like, hey, you got this? And he was like, not right now.
Well, I think like I was in Ruben's store maybe a couple weeks later and I saw he had the 750 on the shelf for $20 and I was like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yoink.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. Who else? Let's see. Overrated and underrated.
I'm afraid to share my overrated bottle. I'm like a kick out.
Nah, let's do it. Let's do it. You should have said that. Now we got to do you. So overrated and underrated.
It's gonna be super unpopular,
So what?
but
No, it ain't.
I'm just not a Booker's fan.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not mad.
It's just okay to me.
Recent
Okay.
bookers are not great.
You say? Yeah, I agree.
Recent bookers are not
It's
great.
got a beautiful little. It's got a beautiful little
Only
coffee that
little
sits in and everything, but I'm like,
Awesome.
Those
Probably not a really
maybe
good
not-
shaker there.
Hey, those
Beautiful
Booker's
box.
boxes make for great tip jars. Just saying.
But and underrated for me is Russell Fry. We did
Okay.
a blind tasting. Remember, it was been probably about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And out of the probably 8 or 10,
Oh, when we did the Russell's blind.
we did
Or, I mean,
yeah,
the turkey blind. Yes.
turkey blind, and that was by far number 1 for me. And it's just such a good bottle. It's a solid rye. It's not hot or spicy. It's just got flavor.
And that's another
That's
one.
2 Wild Turkey Ryes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like seriously,
No,
like
they're all good. I like
and,
all
and
of
that
them.
one is also ridiculously hard to find.
Yeah.
Like when we went and did the
Hey,
pick, I
Campari,
picked up
they're
like
looking for
3
sponsors.
bottles because you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's such a good bottle. It's such a good bottle. Yeah, I totally agree with
I like
that.
Yeah.
Can I go? I'll
Yeah, do it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do
You
this
want to
one.
raise your hand? Yeah.
So listen, like, overrated, this is probably like.
I'm surprised no one has went to the one I would go to. Go ahead.
Blanton's.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Blanton's at $80 a bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is so overrated. Like, no knock on Blanton's. It's just not that good for $80.
yeah, definitely.
Like, it's
No.
just not that good for $80. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all can kill me in the comments for that one. Do your thing. And it's underrated.
The marketing.
Buzzard's Roost Cigar Rye.
100%.
Not enough people know about it.
Can we keep
But
it
I
underrated?
think the people
No,
who
it's-
know about it know
Can
that
we
it's
keep
great.
it underrated?
So if you know about it, it's
Yeah.
definitely not underrated.
Right.
Yeah.
But because you don't know about it, you probably, if you've seen it in the wild, you've walked past it because you don't know the brand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you taste that, and I'm not talking about all of their other expressions, I'm specifically talking about the cigar rye. I've had some of the other stuff, and it's okay, but the cigar rye is special. Like, I literally have like 4 bottles of that bunkered right now. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. And if I can find more, I'm gonna bunker more of it.
Yes.
Yep.
Like, so.
I've also got 3 or 4 backups of that same model.
Yeah,
batches.
yeah.
And they should be
Yeah.
coming out
It
with
should
it
be
again
coming
this
up with
fall.
more. They got it was banned there for a while, the whole FDA thing,
Yeah.
but they've got approval to keep making it.
Glad to hear it. Anybody else want to do the
I've
Overrated,
got one
underrated?
that got really popular very quick, and it is very overrated. It's an expensive bottle. So I drink a lot of Woodford Double Oak. It's kind of my standard bottle. I can get it for $50. It's fine. It's good, and it's 90 proof, so it's a starter bottle compared to some other things. So Woodford was coming out with a double oak bottle. The cheapest you could find it was for $200. Luckily, a friend of mine brought it in. He already had it open, and he brought it in specifically with me because he knew I was looking for it. And he had bought it, and I said, well, what do you want for it? I had not tasted it, and he says, that's the reason I opened it. I wanted you to taste it. It's 90 proof, which is ridiculous. And it's maybe just a tad smoother, but for $200 compared to $50, I'll take the
Is that the retail one?
That is the retail one.
Retail.
Seriously?
If you can find it, and it is very underrated, and it's something that a lot of people are going nuts over right now. And I would much rather go to their distillery series and the square bottles that are the 119, 122, and you can find those for 120 to 100. I'll spend that
Is
on
that what it
those
is?
all day long.
Essentially,
Yeah, I guess.
And again, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's Woodford. Well, I get it, but, when you talk about different expressions from different companies and the proof, I mean, I can't believe they came out with that. I was so disappointed, and I was so glad that he bought that bottle and I did. And he opened it so I could try it because it was just very underrated compared. I mean, like I said, I'll buy 4 of the Woodford Double Oak compared to buying one of them.
Well, I did pay $200 for it, so
Did you not agree?
it's not worth $200.
It is not. It's too close to the regular Double Oak.
So
And
I want to add one to my overrated, and it's one I bought recently. It was and I'm a Scotch fan as well. I'm an Isle of Scotch guy. So Bunnahabhain and Brooklady are 2 of my favorites, and they make a lot of unpeated sherry Scotch expressions.
Okay.
So I've always the Bunnahabhain 18 year that came out, I think last year, was one of my I've got to try that. When I've got like $250, when I've got money to burn, I'm buying that bottle. I got it, opened it, tried it, and was like,
I definitely want to give it a try.
I want to go back to the 10-year Tiffany Blue Bunnahabhain.
Did you want your money back?
I wanted my money.
Don't be afraid. Listen, our podcast, the cool thing about our podcast is we are very open and honest about our
Oh
opinions.
yeah, that's fine.
There's no knock on any brand.
Well, that's the thing. I still
There's just
love
genuine
Bunnahabhain.
disappointment.
The 10-year in the Tiffany Blue, the classic latte.
Because you gave it, you let me
Fantastic.
taste it, and I was like, oh, this is a good bottle. Because I don't
Yeah.
like Scotch, and I was like, this is
Yeah.
a good bottle.
And so I was like, that's why I had the hype towards, and the 18 years, 100 proof, just like the Tiffany Blue classic latte. I was like, yes. No. It was just underwhelming.
I got it.
I think
Get it.
most of us are empty glasses
We're getting
or
close, right?
damn near. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do some shuffling around here and grab some pours and maybe talk about what each of us ended up grabbing.
Yeah, let's do
So,
it. I like it.
Let's do it.
We'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right, folks, we're back. We've gotten up, mingled,
Yeah.
had some more conversations. We did a little bit of recording on that. Hopefully, we can share some of that with you. But we do have a correction to make real quick. Ray,
Come on with it now.
Bonehead. So I brought the Bunnahabhain 12-year cast strength, and I was staring at it, and I'm sitting here dogging what should have been the Brooklady 18, and I said Bunnahabhain. So sorry, it's the Brooklady 18 that I was very disappointed in. So yeah, sorry about that.
All right.
Sorry, Bunnahabhain.
No worries, no
You
worries.
still.
well, I figured we would go one by one here and just talk about whatever pour you got.
Oh, I haven't even tasted mine
What you
yet.
think about it? Well, you got Tom, you're in the middle, right?
All right,
So,
let's go.
Ruben, where's your pour? Do we need to go on the other end?
Start from
Okay.
there.
Ruben's not ready. You gotta give him something.
Ruben may have had a few before he got here today. Just being honest, he was looking at us kind of funny when he got
Always.
here. So.
I got 3-4 in tasting my every day. Every single day.
All right, come on, Jill. What you got? What you have?
Well, I actually went for the Wild Turkey Private Selection. It's a distillery only bottle. It's 101, and it's really good. That particular bottle you can only get at the distillery, but I've become a Wild Turkey fan again because they're putting out some good stuff.
Yeah.
And
The slander. Again, you stopped being a wild
I
turkey fan?
did for a little while because I didn't think their stuff was where it needed to be, and they kind of come back into the fold a little
I don't
bit.
know what she was drinking.
Well, we all have
we
our
all have
taste,
our own palates, right?
but needs to say, it's a great pour, and I mean even just the 101's a good pour for an everyday and it's still very inexpensive. Even the private select, if you do see that in other places, for in other types of brands, it's going to cost you, $100, and that's
Yeah.
still
Yes.
in the 60, $70 range for their higher end 101 as far as that goes. So I love the fact when distilleries realize that they need to give an affordable bottle that's a good tasting bottle.
Absolutely. I can't disagree with that by any means. All right, Mike, what you got?
I've got the Old Carter small batch, so it is really good. Right at about 110, 111 proof, so the proof is right there in that kind of sweet spot for me. It's a really solid pour. Got a little bit of oak, just enough sweetness where it's not too sweet, but just to give you that little sweet at the back end. You know, the oak up front and the sweet on the back end. So it's a really good.
So just to give the folks the right information, which one did you grab?
I grabbed the batch 12 small
Over
batch.
So there's 4 different kinds, right? And so
I think
this
it's
one,
a straight bourbon whiskey.
this one is the straight bourbon
Yeah,
whiskey,
yeah.
right? The non-state straight bourbon whiskey.
Mike had to grab one that
Yeah,
needed
so
a
mine,
definition.
Yeah. So what's that?
Said Mike had to grab one that needed a definition.
I'm always-
so no, like
Like seriously,
Old Carters are serious, man. Like,
Yeah.
Old Carter back in the market.
right? But they've
They're
got
gone,
they-
okay, but now they're back in the market.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
They
but
just
they're-
released batch 14 and
they
batch
make them
15.
at like 4 different locations,
Easily.
and so each of the 4 is different,
Yeah.
right? And then they have the state expressions, so it's crazy, right? So you really have to pay attention when you're drinking a
Yeah.
party, which one you're drinking.
yeah.
But I love that you love it.
Well,
Yeah.
so since you're up, grab that Uncle Nearest because I don't remember which specific.
Okay.
It's hard to get, and they only made a select few bottles, right?
It's a weird one, right? It's a totally
Yeah.
black bottle. Like,
So this is what I'm drinking: the Uncle Nearest 777 anniversary blend.
Mhm.
Like I really, really wanted this bottle.
Okay.
It hit the market and it was gone. Like it literally just it didn't show up in our market. I don't think for real. If it did, it happened so quickly I didn't see it. Here's the cool thing about our group: we have such a diverse group of people that we get all different types of bottles all the time. So Eric brought this one in. I was looking for it, have not tasted it. Now that I have tasted it, I like the pour. It's a little sweet.
Mhm.
It's a little sweet. Outside of that, everything it checks all the boxes. The nose is good. The flavor profile is great. It's viscous. Wish it was just not so sweet. That's the only thing I've got. But Uncle Nearest is doing great things. Listen, man, I know we're in a world of craziness, but I'm gonna say it. Listen, I'm the only minority in the room. Jules can qualify. Ruby can qualify, but he got too much money to be a minority. Listen, this is a minority brand. Go do your thing, man. Go get some Uncle Nearest. It's a great brand. They're doing big things, and they love to give back to the community. That's my favorite part of Uncle Nearest. They really give back to the community.
Yeah.
One of their best bottles is their master blend that you can buy.
Love
from
it.
the
That's
distillery.
ceramic
Barley at the
That's
distillery.
ceramic.
It's a 145 proof.
I am
Fantastic.
surprised.
It's
Absolutely.
so good. But it's only you can
absolutely
buy at the distillery. That's
Yeah,
all.
because every time I go near there, I buy one.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I thought they were going to start distributing it.
Not yet.
No, it's
No,
distillery
no.
only still.
Okay.
I keep asking.
Okay.
That keeps
I thought
people going.
Someone told me that they were going to be
Yeah.
distributing it.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go next. I've got the Bardstown, what is it, Origin Series 10?
Just
Discovery 10, yeah.
Discovery Series 10. Okay. So, I don't do a whole lot of Bardstown. I mean, frankly, the price point of Bardstown really pushes me away. Most of their stuff is 100 plus. So like you mentioned the Bardstown Weeder earlier today, and I mean, that thing is a banger at $45. It's a solid pour. Is it something that I would go out and grab? Probably not. But for those that love Bardstown, I can see why they might love this. It's a really solid pour, like you said on yours. It checks all the boxes.
Yeah,
I hate the price. That's it. That's what I got.
I'm not crazy about all the Bardstown does all these collaborations
Mhm.
with all these different companies. They're always like $165, $200.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But I do buy the discoveries because they're always a blend of like 4 or 5 different ones. It's like 12 and 13 have like 16-year-old wild turkey.
I love the blend and the info that they give you on the bag, right? They're super transparent. You know, they tell you everything about what's in there. And I do love that. It just, I don't know, it just kind of, it's good but not great. Yes.
That's a $145 price
Yeah,
point
see, I'm
MSRP.
See, I'm out.
I like
I am out.
some bottle, some blended bottle far better than single barrel. And you see like a Kilo, Old Carter, some blended bottle.
Sure.
It's far better than single barrel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure. Ray, what you got?
Yeah, I poured the New Riff Balboa rye. So
You don't have
it's,
to elaborate on that for sure.
Yeah,
So
so-
a lot of people have no idea what's going on there.
yeah, so I've got my favorite distilleries. Obviously Pursuit, a little bit of bias there. Chattanooga whiskey, love them. And then New Riffs, though, right there in the top 3. They're doing some good things there. A lot of their single barrels are only like 4 years old, but they're delicious.
I love this.
Like there's 4-year-old New Riff single barrels that are better than those 7, 8, 9-year-old from what's the one in West Virginia? The Old Scouts.
Okay.
Like some of the Old Scouts are good, but most of them are just like, okay. And the New Riff 4-year beats them easy. So anyway, big fan of New Riff, and so I picked up a bottle. I think it was in 2022 of their Balboa rye, their first edition there. And at first I was like, whoa, that's different. But grew to love it. And again, my whiskey journey started with rye, specifically the Whiskey Acres rye out of Illinois. So it kind of reminded me of that a little bit. And so this year, when the Balboa rye started coming out, couldn't find it. And sorry, Ruben, I was in Riverstone doing a tasting, and it was on the shelf, and I was like, yeah, joint.
We appreciate all of the stores in our local market.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
We only
So
invited one.
I buy from all of them. So I try to spread the love.
But this is like rye lovers.
It is a rye
Yeah.
lover's rye.
Yeah.
It is so like it does not have notes of cilantro, so I'm gonna get that out of the way. But it's like cilantro. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
Balboa rye is a rye, and you gotta like rye.
It's heavy rye. It's really heavy
And
rye.
so this expression is has a little more oak character to it than the one I remember from 2022 or whenever. This is memory. There's been a lot of whiskey since then, but yeah, it's fantastic. Their Balboa rye is 100 proof, ball and bond, no chill filtration, no color. So I mean, they're just as transparent. It's great.
All right.
8-year rye
Love
is
it.
really good.
Their 8-year rye is fantastic. I think.
Yeah.
Well, we did the tasting, and it came in second behind Russell Reserve 15.
Mhm.
Like blind, like not blind, but it was a
And
consensus.
there's several bottles and everybody like
Consensus.
that right behind the Russell 15.
So good job, Rick.
All right.
There you go. All right, Eric, what you got?
I've got the old quarterback 12 too.
Well, this is
Well,
great.
give us your thoughts
This-
on it.
This is great. Y'all can
You
bounce
got
your, you can bounce
Good
your
oak
thoughts
and
off.
sweetness. It's really good. I don't get my hands on a lot of old cars, so like when I come to tastings and I see it, I grab it because it's hard to find, and then when you do find it, it's $200, $250, $300. So yeah, it's what he said. It's great. It's oakiness. The proof is good. It's just really good. I mean, old cars
All
are
right.
usually good with everything.
Ruben got a whole bottle.
He does.
I'm drinking
I mean, what? Did you
Hell Diver
finish the
15
pour?
year.
Did you finish the pour already?
I'm gonna get one more.
He's gonna double pour.
Yeah. So I'm drinking
Okay.
Hell Diver. Man, this brand I love it. It's 8 to 20 years all the blend, and so good, perfect oakiness, perfect sweetness, vanilla, everything right there, fruitiness, everything right there. And I call this brand like a Canadian Peppy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't tried it?
No.
If you
Really?
You haven't
Yeah.
tried it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is.
Yeah, that
It's
was
Peppy made because this is Canadian Peppy. It's
Really?
so good.
Yeah, that was my fault the
Everything
first
they
time.
put it out,
It is by
everything they put
far.
out, everything good.
It's by far the
Yeah,
best Canadian
and perfect
whiskey
balance.
I've ever had.
All
I mean,
they blended.
Let's be
They're
honest,
blending
that's a whole
between-
lot. We're not saying a whole lot, right? Like, but that is by far like when you say that's the best Canadian whiskey, like
Yeah,
I can't name but about 3 of them.
yeah.
Sure.
They're
That one, it's Obtainium and
Yeah.
Crown. That's the only ones I can name.
Yeah.
So when we're not setting a high bar,
Yeah.
right? But that bottle
Yeah.
stands up
in
against a lot of American whiskey.
definitely.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Period.
this
It
is
absolutely
so
does.
good.
It
Perfect
absolutely
blend.
does.
Octanium is kind of single barrel.
Yeah.
This is the blend between 8 to 20 years different blend. They use corn, rye, 20 years rye, 17-year corn, 12-year rye. It's perfect blend. You get what you want, like a
Told me a
perfect.
secret.
What?
He got something coming.
He just
He
showed
got
me.
something coming.
He just showed me.
So I love this brand. It's really good. If you miss Peppy, you should have this Pablo.
All right.
Definitely.
Nice.
You should
Have you
try
not
this.
had it? You haven't had that at all?
Yeah.
It's gonna blow your mind.
It has come in. Okay. All right.
It's gonna blow
It's
your
very
mind.
good.
That's crazy.
I really don't remember it.
It's going to blow your mind. Like so,
I can't wait.
literally, it's such a fantastic bottle.
Yeah.
And again, so like I'm trying to be funny, right? When I say I can't name a whole lot of Canadian whiskey because I really can't, right? Like I've got Obtainium on the radar. I've got Found North, and then-
Whistle Pig.
I haven't
the older
listened.
whistle pig stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The initial.
Everyone.
So
the
I
initial-
haven't had any Whistle Pig I like. I have a 6-year rye that is terrible.
Well, that's not Canadian rye. That's their own stuff.
It's terrible.
The whistle
No
pig,
disrespect.
the whistle pig, 10-year and up. That's all Canadian.
No disrespect. Stop making that shit. Like that 6-year rye is awful, bro. Like it's
I think I'm right.
it's terrible. Like,
I've
it's
had
not
the
good.
Titanium 27-year, which is like an abs fab. I mean, it's very high.
Is that
pressure.
Canadian? Is all of Obtainium Canadian?
No,
No,
No, but that
No,
particular
no,
one
They
is
get a lot- they
Canadian.
get a lot of
Okay.
like
I've had the 27-year, and it
Yeah.
was
Some of Palladium MGB.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's better than even the highest year.
That
But
bottle
this
right
flavor
there.
It's
is
very
just-
good.
As soon as
It's
you
a
put it
problem.
in your mouth,
That bottle's
it's like
a
it
problem.
pops up.
And you want to know what's the
Flavor
biggest
bomb.
problem? I don't have a backup for it.
No, so let me tell you how I ended up with that bottle. We're at the lottery, not this year, but the year previous.
No, it wasn't the lottery. It was like a single barrel drop, and he had some extra bottles that he put out.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
It wasn't,
Okay.
it was not
Yeah.
a lottery.
So literally, I'm like, I ain't never seen that before.
He
What
did
is
it. It
that?
was, you know what? It was a customer appreciation.
Is that it was the customer appreciation?
Yeah.
My
So
4th
much
year
better.
anniversary. It's my 4th year anniversary of my
I
store.
remember
That
that.
day, customer appreciation
Yes.
day.
So I walk up to Rupert and I'm like, tell me about that. He's like, it's great. I'm like, have you tasted it? He's like, no. I'm like,
This is honest. This is honest.
Then how do you know it's great? He's like, everybody says it's great. I'm like, I'm going to buy it. And if I don't like it, I'm bringing it back. And he was like, I'll take it back.
Yeah.
That's what he literally told me.
Okay.
I'll take it back. And I was like, I'm going to buy it. That day, that's when me and Eric actually we had met each other, but that's the day where we were like, we're buddies. Like, we're friends. Because when we just started opening stuff, it was kind of stupid. Like, we were opening everything we bought. And so I bought the 15-year. Eric got a
18 year.
At the 18-year.
18.
It's just an 18-year. Didn't have a name or anything.
It was nothing special, right?
Yeah.
We tasted them, and Eric was like, yeah, that 15 is way better. Like, the Hell Diver is it. But either way,
The 18 was good.
it was good, but it's not that.
Wait,
Yeah,
it's not
this
the 15.
one, yeah.
And I ended up getting mine in the lottery that we just had.
Yeah.
And it was in the tier 2,
Yeah.
and
It should not be.
like nobody grabbed it. Right?
they
I remember
don't
telling
know.
you. I remember telling you, like, hey, if it's still there,
I remember telling you, if you don't buy it, I'm
like, if it's still there, when it comes up, when my name comes up, I'm grabbing it. And my name came up, but I didn't even think about it. I walked up to the table, I grabbed it, and went.
Man, listen.
So it's a
Because
great
owner of this brand, he lives
Then
in
you just
Canada.
grab an old card or
I
something.
talked to him so many times. Okay, he lives in Canada. And he made, for US, only 30-40 barrels in a whole year.
Really?
It's a rare. To get this brand, it take me like a 6-7 months, to get this brand. So I know,
Wow.
it's very popular.
Okay.
I know. That's why I told him, buy it, okay? If you don't like it, I give you money back.
No, he literally did. He was like,
Like
if you don't like
that
it,
good
I'll
brand.
give you your money back.
I heard so
I
many
was like,
good things.
all right.
Yeah.
So many
Man.
good things.
Needless to say, I didn't get
Yeah.
no money back.
No, you didn't.
I didn't get any money
You
back.
got your money's worth.
I didn't get any money
Yeah.
back. But all right, we went through the ports. But,
Yeah.
what you got now?
So barrel picks. Our
Oh,
next
boy.
topic is about barrel picks.
We're with the king
you
of
know,
barrel picks.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about barrel picks going right and going wrong. Right.
Um,
So I only have one really, right, and it went so right.
I haven't been on a bad barrel pick.
But so I'll go ahead and start, right? So Rupin invited me to the Wild Turkey Russell's pick that he did. Russell's, it was almost a 10-year, and it's one of 2 bottles that sold out in less than a day.
Friendsgiving.
So, yeah, the Friendsgiving,
Friendsgiving.
and there's a reason for that. It's a great bottle. So for me, it was definitely a great pick, and that's all I really have.
Okay. I've been on a lot of picks. A lot. Okay. So, what you want me to give you my favorite pick?
Yeah.
My favorite pick is the Friendsgiving, but I can't use that because you just used it.
No, I mean, it could be your favorite too.
My second would be, sorry, Ruben, the Paul's Four Roses pick.
Oh,
Monster. I'm talking about like beat my chest monster. It's like the Friendsgiving is 1A, that is 1B. Like that bottle is special. It tastes so different than every other Four Roses. It's just special. I don't have a pick that went bad. I have a story about a pick where I went bad. The King's Distillery pick.
Oh, that day. That
day.
We never
Yo,
had that kind of day in our life.
Justin, I'm looking right at the camera.
You two.
Justin,
Okay.
King's Distillery tried to kill me.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Jason. You drive us there.
I know, I had to drive
You
it, so
drive
I
us
had to
there.
be smart about it all, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have like all the fun.
That
like y'all had.
day,
I don't remember half of the day.
we did
I bet not.
I
We
don't
did
remember.
our 10 different bourbon. Okay. Thereafter, I told Justin, he is the owner of the King Distillery. I told him, okay, we go home. Okay. I said, where are you going? I said, go home. He said, you eat something? I said, little bit. But let's have eat somewhere. It's okay. So he sit down in our car, and he said, wherever I say, stop that car. And one restaurant come back, he said, stop car here. Okay, we stop car there. We go inside, we order food, he ordered some beer. After that, he ordered some.
So I didn't get beer because I don't like
He
beer. So
ordered
he ordered
some
me
stag
like
or Taylor.
He ordered cocktails.
cocktails.
is what he
But
ordered.
thereafter, he ordered some stag or Taylor, right?
no, that was the next
No,
place.
that was the next
The
place.
next
Yeah,
place.
just next place. We drink there too much, and after that, Justin said, "Man, I can't go to my distillery. Can you drop me at my home?" How far your home? Oh, just 5-10 minutes. It's okay. Let's drop you at your home. So right across his home, there is another brewery. He took partnership in that brewery.
Yes,
he said,
he did.
Rupin, I want to show you this brewery. So let's go there. So we went there. We visit that
You
brewery.
remember all this?
And then
Yeah.
after he ordered
This is what I got.
some food, and then after he ordered steak, whole bottle, right?
So no, like
yes.
what happened is
Okay, I
we
remember
walk
this.
in and he goes, "How much is that bottle?" And he goes, "You know what? Never mind. How much is left?" And they told him it was like half of a bottle. He's like,
It was like,
"Give it to me."
yeah.
And we drink again there.
So
and
I
thereafter, nobody able to drive.
listen.
Only Jason.
He literally.
I didn't. All I
I
had
didn't
was
even
beer.
drink my stag because I
You
said
didn't, yeah. You were done.
I can't walk.
You were done.
That day,
Like at
Yeah,
the
man,
distillery,
non-stop morning
at
to
King's
evening.
Distillery, we tasted everything he had.
Yes.
Like not just we were picking up red, white, and blue, and we picked 2 of those, but we tasted everything. So
Yeah.
everything he had on the back counter, everything he had behind
like,
the wall,
like
on,
retail, like everything he had for
in
retail
barrels,
sales,
like we
the barrels,
tasted it
like
all. By the time
private
we
barrels.
left King's Distillery, they gave you these like little, you go to communion and they give you little, like little thumbnail cups. Like we tasted everything in those, right? We like 20 deep. I'm not even joking. We're like 20 pours deep of these little bitty cups. I'm like, I'm okay. We get to the next spot, we have the beer, and I'm like, I don't drink beer.
No, that was the next spot.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
we
no.
get to
Yeah.
the
Oh, okay.
spot after the distillery. I'm like, I don't drink beer.
No, after the
But
story,
we
we
all
went to the
hammer.
bar where y'all got the cocktails,
much.
and you drank something that was blue.
No,
Yes.
that's I'm
And
telling
then
you.
we went to the
What I'm saying is we went to the place that serves beer.
that was the place after that.
After what?
after the
No,
bar.
both places saw beer. Both places.
No,
Both places saw beer.
they did, but the first place we went to was just like a regular bar that sold food. The other place we went to gave us the tour of
Right,
the,
but that's
of
not
the
what I'm talking
brewery.
about. I had the blue drink at the bar right after King.
That's true.
Like,
Yes.
so I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't
But you
want to
drank
drink
it. You drank
And he
it.
was like, oh, you'll be okay. He literally hit me with one of those. Like, you'll be okay. I drink it, and I was like, I don't feel so good. Like, so we get to the next place, and he's like, vodka. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I'm not drinking vodka. Like, Justin, you tried to kill us.
Your liver. You didn't want to do the tour that
No!
we were doing, right? So you went back to the bar and ordered a vodka and something.
I ordered what Justin ordered. It was vodka and water.
No, we ordered this
It was
vodka
vodka
and
and
lemonade.
water.
I think vodka and lemonade kind of mixed
Oh,
drink. You
man.
know, that's what we ordered.
Dude, I took like 3 sips, and it was terrible.
But that day, oh man,
Dude,
It's-
who we got pulling
it's
up?
damn
So
people.
we-
It's crazy
We
day.
got
You
some,
know,
we got some
all day
folks
long.
pulling up, y'all.
All right, so we're gonna stop for a second. We're gonna let some folks in. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna continue what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, and if you didn't notice, we got a few extra folks with us this time.
Yeah, my
You know,
big
like-
bro and big sis showed
Yeah,
up in
they
the
finally
building.
showed up. You know, like they had to do some, family awards, stuff, and it lasted a little longer than they thought. But hey, they finally made it.
So we're
Glad
gonna
y'all
get
could join
some
us.
quick introductions, right? So if y'all don't know, this is the Bourbon Commander. This is the person we always talk about, the Bourbon Commander. So we're not gonna let him go first. We're gonna let Jackie go first.
What am I supposed to say other than I'm the wife of the Bourbon Commander?
Wow. You are
think it might
definitely
be
not
more
just
than
a
that.
bourbon.
no, that's
a little more than that.
That's
No,
all.
you are. But,
I'm-
you know.
The
I'm
cocktail
commander of Bourbon Commander.
Yes.
You're the wife of Bourbon
Right,
Commander.
right. I'm really the boss.
I was about to say,
There it
that's the
is.
truth.
There it is.
Bourbon Commander.
There it is.
Yeah.
I really am the boss. So yeah, I'm Jackie, and I love a good pour. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we glad you're here.
Glad you guys are here.
What you got, big bro? Come on with it.
Hello, my name's Corey. They call me the Bourbon Commander. I'm just a guy who's trying to destroy my liver one great time.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
yes,
Welcome. We have had quite a bit of fun tonight.
We
I
have
think so. Unfortunately, we're a little bit looser than Jackie and Corey. We've been doing it for a little bit.
we don't know that.
No, that's true.
We don't know that.
Pause. No comment.
I did have a gin and tonic about 4 o'clock.
Oh, no,
I got a little.
If that's all you're working with, you in trouble. Like we've been going for a little bit. Like Jill over there killing one right now. Like so we're gonna have to get some more pours probably real soon.
Yeah,
But
be drinking.
Let's
Well,
go
that's
to
the reason
Marty's.
I was invited.
so I want to ask them some of the questions that
Okay.
like
Yeah, you want to go back to some of the questions?
Yeah, what
Really
about question
quickly.
you asked
Go
us?
for it.
Ask
so.
you.
All right, so first question for you guys is both of you give us your overrated and underrated bottle. Whoever wants to go first.
But maybe we should give them a second and give some of ours. That way they can think about it for a second.
So, for example, I picked overrated. I just did generically all of weeded bourbon minus the Bardstown,
Yes.
that came out.
Overrated Blanton's.
Yeah,
There you go.
that.
That's where I went with overrated.
Yeah.
Underrated was Cigar Rock.
Yes.
So but again, everybody's got their own thing.
I feel like you're going to go with a gin for underrated. over there.
No, actually, I think
No?
Blanton's is overrated. I have to agree with Brad on that. And I think for me, Woodford is so inexpensive and it's so readily available. I think the Double O is
There
just.
you go.
That's
Yeah,
my
there you
friend.
go.
That's my friend.
People miss out on a good part. Oh, it's just.
That's
it's
my
Woodford.
friend.
But it's
love
absolutely
it.
delicious.
I love it.
All right, so we got overrated.
I have a friend that goes to Costco and buys like cases and cases of Woodford Double O. That's all he drinks.
But at that price point, you can't be
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
And it's one of
That's
the
pretty
best
good.
to make an old fashioned if you want to drink like
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah,
That's,
he
it's
gave
one
us
of
a
the best for
recipe.
that.
For an old fashioned with Woodford Double O. Yes, I mean,
It literally is
yeah.
like a table pick for me. Like I could keep it on the table and make an old fashioned every day out
Yeah.
of it. I look for that. So All right, you back.
So for me, I am going to say overrated is anything umbrella cast.
Yes.
It's that heavy cinnamon note and that cinnamon note, and I think cinnamon is the cocaine of spices. Nobody suggests that.
You need a bump?
Okay.
You need a bump?
And I think that honestly underrated. I'm right there with you with the cigar ride, but I know we talked about that and how much we love that. But honestly, let's Wild Turkey 101 ride.
That's been brought up too.
Right?
That's been brought up too.
Like, right here, man. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. A flavor bomb, and you will still
$20
have some
bottle?
in your pipe. Yes.
I know every time I have it, I'm just like, man, this is really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, so next one you can hit them up on is most expensive bottle you've had, and is it worth it?
Okay, let's do it.
That'll be good.
So y'all getting like a crash course on what we talked about today, because like y'all came in a little bit late, so we're gonna get y'all caught up. So most expensive bottle you've had, and do you believe it was worth it?
So I'll start with mine. No, go ahead and start with yours.
Gosh, and we've had some bangers. We definitely have. For me though, I think the one that I paid the most for, I say paid because it came out of your money, but some William LaRue Weller, and I think it was worth every bit of it. I mean,
All right, that's
Correct. That's what I say.
It's one of those bottles where I hide it. If
What
somebody
they
comes
want.
over and they're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Nothing." It's not
That
that.
bottle, that juice, I don't want to swallow. I just want to keep chewing, keep chewing. Yeah, seriously, I don't want to swallow. I want to keep chewing like for 5 minutes. That's good.
It definitely chews well. It's one that
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh well.
I don't know
Y'all
about
be
that.
tripping.
Yeah, we better be man. Like,
There's so many.
Ruben was lit when he got
Oh my
it.
God.
Ruben was lit when he got it.
Wow.
So for me,
Here it comes.
the most expensive bottle that I had was a Yamazaki.
Oh shit, no, it's
50.
not.
Oh.
Oh, 50 here?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And something that
I was nowhere
secondaries for
around.
like $800,000 a bottle. It was absolutely 100% not worth it.
I knew we were.
Like, wait,
$800,000.
Yes.
First of all,
crazy.
where were you and where was I?
We're missing part of the story, right?
It's like I needed to try, $800,000 bottle.
I was at our buddy's house in Epperson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Jesus. So if you don't know, what I picked was Mr. Sam.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it's worth every dollar. It's worth every dollar. Like, so. But yeah, we caught him up real quick. I don't think, did we do any other quick questions?
The barrel pick one. You want to try to hit them up on that, right? Great ones versus the worst ones.
All right.
So, any barrel picks that you guys been a part of that was extra special or?
Your best barrel pick versus your worst barrel pick.
So are we talking about experience or taste?
We didn't
I mean,
specify.
we didn't specify. Yeah,
I picked on taste.
I think we mostly.
I think
went
all of
on
us
taste.
picked on
Yes,
taste.
yeah.
We went on taste. Yeah.
Yes.
My bad experience was King's Distillery.
That was experience.
That was
Which
experience.
wasn't a
Awesome
bad
experience.
Which wasn't a bad barrel pick. Just the experience was.
Right.
I think he thought we because we were close to the same size, we had the same body build. He was like, "Yeah, we should hang out." And I was like, "You trying to kill me, dog? Like I need to go home. Like I ain't with this." But
But you've done a ton of barrel picks, so like you got a lot to choose from.
Yes. I mean, but to be honest, the Friendsgiving barrel, wild.
Yep.
We
Wild
both
Turkey
always
experience,
picked it. We both picked that.
Brussels, absolutely.
yeah, that barrel,
Yo,
man.
Having some amazing things there. They were super gracious. Had a special barrel that only
Talk
Bruce
about the
had.
Bruce barrel.
The Bruce barrel. And you know, when
So good.
Jimmy came by, drove up just to
Yeah.
you know, hang with us as we picked the barrel.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Shoot
Yeah.
the shit. You know, hang
Yeah, that
out.
was great.
Plus,
That's awesome.
Corey, don't forget, I never forget, in my life, my first good barrel pick is a Heaven Hill.
Oh yes.
So
Yeah.
that's my first,
Mhm.
I did so many barrel picks before that, 3-4 barrel picks, all garbage. I tell you, all garbage. because
I love the honesty.
I know,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
because I just opened store, so I don't know about the bourbon that time. Okay, I was new because I grew up drinking scotch,
Mhm.
so I don't know anything about the bourbon. If you tell me nose what flavor comes out, I can write it down what flavor comes out of that nose. But the first time I learned when we went to Heaven Hill,
Mhm.
Eric with me, Corey with me, and other guy. Chris
Cornell.
Warnell
Yes,
with me.
yeah.
We 4 people went together
Mhm.
and we pick our first barrel, like
Yeah.
a Elijah Gregg barrel through, 11 year age,
Oh, that's
134 proof,
Yes.
33 or 34 proof.
Remember,
That
we
was
found the
my
one we
first
liked.
good barrel pick. That experience for me, in my lifetime, first good experience.
Yeah.
Right.
I never forget
We
that.
found the one we liked, and Ruben was like, "Yeah, that's it." And she was like, "Well, I got a few more I can try." And Ruben was like, "No, we're good." And we were all like, "No."
We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Let's not just come on with it. What you mean we're good? No, no,
Yeah.
no.
That was great because I mean they had 17 barrels.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, and that Rico's is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The Rico's, if you enter in Rico's,
Yeah.
man,
She had like a vertical landscape, so like it was us, then like the
no, man.
Yes.
You know what we need? We need a high proof ashes barrel.
Absolutely.
We need a high proof ashes
Okay.
barrel. And you can bring this group on the pick.
That's
All
right.
right, so
You can bring
I
this
got-
group on the pick.
I got-
I love that.
Yeah.
I
love
think
I got
we
like
need
a-
to do a pick where the women do the pick.
Wait a minute, how you gonna try to change my shit off? So
Okay.
Hold on.
Listen, I'm fine.
Cut that out. Cut that out of the episode.
all right.
There's a
She's
lot of
right.
women
Yeah, she's
driving.
right.
I'm saying doing it both ways.
Both way, yeah.
Oh,
But
but
you guys tell me what pick you want to do. Okay, we'll go together. Everybody go together.
nah,
We pick
yo,
that.
this is this is a group that I really rock with. Like seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This group I think would pick a phenomenal barrel.
Yes.
And again, I'm teasing about the high proof ashes thing. I'm not, but
I wouldn't see it though either.
but
Put your logo on
I think
back
this
on the
group
bottle
would be
and everything.
Yeah,
would be
man.
fun to have on a
That would be
pick.
great.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This group would be fun to have on a pick, man. Like I think you have a lot of strong palates here. That would compare well, and I think you get something special out of this group. Truthfully. And I know it's a couple people here, like Jill, you haven't done a pick yet. Mike hasn't
I've
done a
done,
pick yet.
I haven't done one with group, and
charity.
Kelly?
we've done the charity pick, and then we did someone else. one
Right.
time.
Yes.
So,
I think I'm the only
Even though
person
most of
who's
them
Great
never
time for
been.
you.
I know
You want to come to Knob Creek?
I've never been.
You want to come to Knob Creek?
You've never done a pick.
Right down on the date, 5th June.
Huh?
5th June.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I haven't done it at all.
Where we going?
I'm always
No,
so
no.
jealous because he
Knob
goes.
Knob
Yes,
Creek.
he does.
Come with me.
Is that the Found North?
No, Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
What is it? Oh,
Knob
Knob
Creek.
Creek. Oh,
That would be
yes.
perfect.
That's the one that
Uncut.
Yeah, man.
5th June.
But y'all, when I first started
Excited
coming to
about
the
that.
cigar lounge, y'all asked me what could
How
we
long-
do as a cigar lounge pick, and I said Knob Creek, and y'all laughed me out of the building.
Things change,
We
right?
may
Things
have at the
change.
time.
I wasn't laughing.
I
I
know.
wasn't part of that.
We may have at the time because we've talked about this.
But that would be a perfect
podcast,
pick. That
like,
would be a good pick.
You know,
Yeah.
at first,
Not
like,
Bean
just-
grew on some.
the green grew on us.
All right. One more question. I line up so many barrels. You want to do some collaboration, high proof SEC and Red Hot Liquor collaboration, pick my own logo, my own barrel.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait a
12
minute.
year-
Wait.
12
He just
year-
changed the game.
12
You
year-
did, right?
12-year Booker juice, like a 12-year Rock Creek, okay? 12-year juice.
Yeah.
Right? Like some of 10-year Wild Turkey, some of phenomenal juice. I let you try. We picked that together that barrel, okay?
Okay.
And we do like a
Put their logo on the back.
collaboration, yeah? We do collaboration. Oh, front, if you want to do front, I can do front.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
It's my barrel.
I'm just trying to get him on
I know, but it's my barrel, whatever.
Appreciate you, Eric. Right?
Yeah, but it's my barrel, whatever I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
I want to do front logo, back logo, side logo, whatever I want to do.
Okay.
That is.
I can do that.
Man.
There it is.
That's huge.
There it is.
I'm gonna hold his feet to the fire.
Right, right.
I don't know how
You
much he had to
got it
drink
on tape.
today.
You got it on tape.
Hey, we got it on tape.
got it on
We
there.
can
That's
go
right.
there.
Got it on tape.
We got 3 different cameras.
I'm man of my words. Whatever I drink, too much or too less, it doesn't
Oh,
matter. That doesn't matter. All right?
Let's rein it in. Let's rein it
Let's rein it
in. Where we
So,
want to go?
So we got one more topic, and then we'll do some closing stuff, right? So, you and I have talked about this one quite often, and I think it's a great topic, right?
Okay.
So this is the deserted island topic.
Oh.
Okay, you're on a deserted island. You have to pick one bottle for the rest of your life.
Wow.
Are there any caveats to that? Like stipulations?
Available
Distillery,
pass.
like distillery only, or a single bottle, or
Like you gotta be more specific.
I'm not going to put any caveats to it. I'm not. If Corey wants to pick Mr. Sam's for the rest of his life, go for it.
All right, we're gonna start down there with Mike.
But go ahead. We're going to start with Mike.
We're gonna start with Mike. One bottle on an island for the rest of your life.
It's easy.
I'd probably go cigar right.
Damn.
I don't hate it.
I don't either.
Yeah,
That's
I don't hate
right.
it. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Jill,
Figueroa 17.
absolutely.
There you go.
I love it. Yes.
I'd do that in a heartbeat. If it's any choice, that's where I go.
The old Carter rye.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That'd be
That's a good one.
good.
That's a great one. Corey?
Wow.
This might take a minute. This might take a minute.
About
No,
900 bottles are running through
Right?
Corey's head right now.
He's opening all the various cabinets in the house, like.
They're everywhere.
So I'll be honest. That is one of those things that is very hard for me.
Sure.
There are some bottles that I would just pour every day, right? I'm going to go with what I feel like right now. Right now, I have been drinking the red hot pick of the vodka. It,
Great bottle.
I have had a many a nights that my check liver light has come on. Drinking too much of that.
We recently was somewhere and like Corey pulled his bottle out, and then I pulled my bottle out. And I was like, "Damn, they look about right." There's not this much in both bottles.
Yeah. I love it though. Check liver.
Like, yeah, man,
love
like,
it.
God. Okay, so I guess shit. Okay. You know what? I can have anything I want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything I want. William LaRue 16.
Yeah. So
Real specific.
So like I'm right there with you with LaRue 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want LaRue 20.
16 is it?
So Ray?
I got to stay on brand.
No,
For real?
No, you don't.
No, but I want to.
Okay, go for it.
Because if I'm going through the collection, okay, I always wind up with a Pursuit rye, and so I would have to go with the double oak rye.
That double oak rye is solid.
It's excellent.
It's a solid
Got a ball on
pour.
the bar.
It is a
Yeah.
solid pour.
really good.
So
Eric, what you got?
So usually when people ask me this, I go with like George C. Stagg because it's like my favorite. But one of the first bottles I ever got when I got into bourbon was the Parker's Heritage 10-year Heavy Char,
Oh.
and I recently got it back out. I mentioned it earlier, but it's so good. If I could have if you cut me down to one bourbon for the rest of my life
Infinite.
on an island,
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
Okay.
All right.
I love it. Grouping.
I go with any red hot liquor single barrel.
Yeah, you made it.
Stay on brand.
Can't be mad.
Oh,
Any. That's my favorite. I
I
love
love
it. I enjoy it.
This is where he does his commercial and go to Red Hot
Right.
Lemonade.
We got a good
I got
time.
you, Rick.
Blueberry chocolate strawberry coming out.
I go with the trend, okay? If trend going on with finished bourbon, I do that. If trend go with straight bourbon, I do that. If trend go with like a double oak, I do double oak. Always, if you do business, you need to go with the trend. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you personally like it. You know, what people like it, that's matter.
Yeah.
What you make most money, that's matter. That's for me.
Absolutely.
I got you.
Yeah.
Feel it.
All right.
Feel it.
Well, we're in the closing section, you know. So
How we gonna do this?
But
so
I want to say something, okay?
Go for it.
Before
Go
you
on.
say something. So this is the only high pro basis. They do podcast in Cleveland, Tennessee. I really appreciate you two guys, you know. Again, you do podcast for cigar and bourbon, and you bring the new bourbon and new stuff to the market. People know that. So, man, hands off to you guys.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Cheers.
anybody else with some closing comments?
Yeah, because like we about to close this thing down. Like this is your opportunity to get your closing comments. What you got?
Talk about the
I'm trying to get
podcast or
Duran to move into my neighborhood. So if you guys have any comments, if you could help out.
Yeah, cut that out.
Don't give my wife
Yeah.
no ideas.
I just want to say thank you. I mean, 100 episodes,
Yeah.
right? 100
Yeah.
episodes.
Congratulations.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Good deal.
Oh, that's crazy, right? Man.
You know, I want to go back to even before you guys started. You know, when I first came in and met most of the people in this group, you know, I was a woman by myself, not too long widowed and all that kind of stuff like that. And the fact that this bourbon community and the cigar community that you guys represent has always been so inclusive. That isn't always, you know, and you can tell by our group here that we get along pretty well.
Yeah.
Even though we give each other a little bit of, you know, hell too. But I do want to say thank you because besides y'all putting on a very good podcast and what you do, and you're both very knowledgeable, it's also about the family that we've created out of this thing. So I want to thank you for that because I think at the root of that, that's probably the best part of this.
Yeah.
Well said.
I have to second that. I feel, you know, really included as a sister of belief in the bottle. It's really nice because I've learned so much from you all about two of my favorite things, cigars and bourbon. And I do think we have a great sense of community. So it's always nice we get to, you know, really just kind of shake off whatever's going on with us and come together over great pours and
Absolutely.
great sticks. And it's such a community builder, and it's needed. Like, we need this. We're adults. We all have so much going on, but we need this, and it's great to spend it with people you truly love, and I truly love being here.
Well, for me,
I'm worried. Like I'm getting sentimental in this bitch. Don't do all that now.
Shut up for this.
well,
Like, don't do all that now.
I was just going to say that, you know, when it comes to cigars and bourbon, you know, it is important to me to share it with you all and participate with you all because behind it all, you know, when you sit down with a stick with someone or sit down with a pour with someone, it really is about that gift of spending time together. Right, and you know, and I think that at the end of the day, when we marry these two, you know, if it's trying new bottles, it is trying new sticks, it is going with these tasting notes, but it's about the people you're around and the time you have that can make that $15 bottle be as astounding, as memorable as that highest cost bottle that you've ever had.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate you guys just, finding different ways to bring people together and doing those things, even if it's just trying something new.
We're the currency
Love
that
it.
we have in time.
I love it.
Time is our greatest currency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you all for joining us for our 100th episode.
Yeah.
It means a lot to us that you're here, and it means a lot to us that the viewers are here.
Yeah.
We've been at this for a little over 2 years now. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, the time goes fast.
Like,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy to think about. Like 2 years. Wow, we've been doing this. But so happy that everybody could join us today and just partake in the friendship and the camaraderie that we have. So, what you got?
I've said for the longest, like, we're just two average guys that enjoy cigars and
Yeah,
bourbon,
man.
and we love the people around us, right? So what you see here is a reflection of just us being able to enjoy everyday life.
Yep.
It's nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. This is life for us, man. We've tried hard to enjoy the things we enjoy. We've tried hard to be honest and open about everything that we do as far as cigars and bourbon. So it's cool to be in this environment, be around the people that we care about, and get to 2 years. Because
Dude.
I had some rough patches. I ain't gonna lie.
Like it's
I had some patches where I was like, I'm over this shit. It's work. And I had to bring it back, right? And we had to do some new things and get some things in order. And I enjoy it again. And I'm re-energized and like.
a lot of podcasts don't get this far, So
No,
this
bro.
is a big deal.
It's huge.
This is a big deal to get to 100 episodes. So
Oh, I got to do the thing. Hey, listen. It's at the end of the episode. Put it at the front. Put it at the front. Listen, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell so that you get
Yeah.
notifications when we drop new content. We do this for y'all. We get to smoke and drink whenever we want to. We turn on the cameras because we want to give it to the public. We appreciate y'all being here, but make sure y'all do all those things for us.
yeah,
That's what you got.
yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Let's go.
So Jason JB Smoke, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Guy next to me.
Hey, man, 100th episode. That's crazy. Duran, no cool nickname. See you soon. Deuces.
See you.